So here we are to find 999th derivative of f at x, which is sine 2x. So it's not just sine x, there's 2x compound angle. Doesn't really matter. So I put the word higher order because we are dealing with not just the first derivative, but 999th. So of this trig function, because the function we are dealing with is trig, and it becomes very easy for us because trig repeats itself. Sine goes to cos. Every time you take derivative, cos goes back to sine, but the signs change. So in order for us to pick up the pattern, we need to write out first, second, and third, and fourth and see what it looks like. So first derivative notation, you just put one tick dash there of x is going to be cos 2x, and then as a result of chain rule, we have 2 coming out. So this can be written as 2 times cos 2x. Taking the second derivative, we put 2 dashes. So cos becomes sine 2x. There was initially 2. As a result of this, we have another 2 coming out, so it's going to be 2 to the power of 2 with negative sign. Now f3 dashes, it's a third derivative, so sine becomes cos again. As a result of this, we have 2 coming out that gets added onto here, so 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 to the power of 3. What happens to this negative sign? Sine goes to cos, sign doesn't change, so we have to keep this negative. Now the notation changes a little bit from the fourth derivative, because if you keep adding dashes, it's going to just spread all the way. So now you change to bracket number. That means it's the fourth derivative. So cos, when you take derivative, is going to be sine 2x. This 2 comes out, gets multiplied to this, so it's going to be 2 to the power of 4. This negative, cos derivative is going to be negative sign, so double negative, it becomes positive. So as you can see, we have cos going to sine, and then cos and sine, so they get repeated. And since they take 4 cycles, if you look at the first derivative, you see 2 to the power of 1, and it becomes cos, 2 to the power of 2, but 2 negative signs here. So if you were to look at 999, it's going to repeat itself because it goes back to sine when it reaches the fourth derivative, except that this time, because there is no derivative, it's 2 to the power of 0. Here it's 2 to the power of 4. That matches with the derivative. That is the fourth higher order derivative. So in order to see how many cycles we will go through to get to 999, we can divide this by 4. So if we divide 999 by 4, that gives us 2, which is 8. 19, that is 4, that is 16. And 39, that is 9. Then that's 36. Then we have 3 left over. So what this is telling us is that we will go through 249 cycles, and we have 3 as remainder. So by the time we get to fourth derivative, we completed 1 cycle, so we want to see how many times can 4 go into this number 999. By the time we have reached 249th cycle, we are going to be at this point, except for 2 is going to be raised to the power of 249. So by the time, with this remainder 3, it's just 1 short, so that brings us to the next cycle where 1, 2, 3, so we're going to be at this point. So derivative of 999 at x is going to be then, we have to still pick up the sign, so we have negative, and 2 to the power of, the power matches with the derivative, so this will be 2 to the power of 999, and we will have cos 2x. So whenever you see higher order derivative question, especially for trig functions, even though you're given a huge number that you need to take derivative of, just know that it repeats itself. When you have something just more than x, then you know that you will cumulatively have 2 multiplied every single time you take derivative. So you can see the relationship as to how they accumulate. In this case, they move together, the power of the coefficient, but you have to also watch out for sign because they alternate, but not alternating every time. It's like 2 and then 2 together. So just keeping track of how many cycles to go through. All we need to know is where it's going to land when it comes to the question that's being asked for us to solve.